What is up, Rum family? This is the Strike Zone. It is a Sunday night, and I am your host, Fantasy Sven. Again, that intro fire. Love it. We got a bunch of New York fans coming at you today. Both teams, fans of both teams. So let's jump right into today's starting lineup, huh? You know him all over the SportsMe app with his hot takes, mostly about baseball. So he's no stranger to the game of baseball, but he's very new to fantasy baseball. We're trying to get him more involved. We started a SportsMe league. It's Sam's hot takes.
What's happening, y'all? How we doing?
What's up, man? It's been a couple weeks, since we've had you on the show. So
we're going crazy with Mother's Day and stuff, man.
Hey, life happens. We get it. We're not we can't be glued to our computers. We're not trolls or PC gamers just literally sitting at our computers all day, every day.
I know, for real.
So let me bring in our special guest now. Bat and Cleanup. He is an owner of the spstreamer.com. He's a specialist in streaming any which position on the diamond. He runs a Streamer of the Week month challenge contest. We're going to talk a little bit about that. He is at SPStreamer, Michael Simeone.
It's happening. That was probably the worst intro I've ever seen. That video was should switch it to some Mets players,
Right, exactly. I saw that. So that's live. That is live footage. I was at that game 11 years ago or something like that. Me and my brother. Yeah, we were like, I picked that game earlier in the season. I was like, because we joined this club, this MVP club for the Yankees, and it was like $300, but you get to pick one game field level seats, and those seats are face value like $300 a piece. So I was like, let's do this.
Did you have a feeling that Derek was going to get his 3,000th hit?
Dude, in March, I picked that Saturday, July 9th, I believe was when it happened, in March. And all of a sudden that Friday night game got canceled, and he was 3 or 4 hits away. And we were like, it's going to happen tomorrow.
That's just insane, bro. That's unbelievable.
We were like, yo, this is going to happen tomorrow. So it just, and then because it's Saturday, because you couldn't pick the primetime games. You couldn't pick the Red Sox, which clearly would have been the number one game to pick. And then the second would have been the Mets, but we couldn't pick the Mets either. So I was like, let's go to Tampa Bay Rays. We got the Admiral with us. It is the CEO, Mr. Rumboyz, Robbie. What's up, Robbie?
What's going on? Y'all go ahead and continue. I'm just going to try and fix up my audio really quick.
You good,
Robbie.
Man.
You good, bro.
All right, man. So now that we are on a Sunday right now,
testing.
We like to give a little bit. Yeah, you sound good.
Cool.
We like to give a little bit of a Sunday night preview. We got a pretty good pitcher duel going on tonight. We got the Cardinals versus the Padres, right? We got Weathers versus Kim. Michael, what do you think of this matchup, man? This is an interesting one.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how far they let Ryan Weathers go, actually. But he's been pretty impressive. I mean, he's got a high 90s four-seam. The slider induces a lot of whiffs and ground balls. He also has that pretty solid changeup. He's facing an offense, though, that's really good against left-handed pitching. They have a 134 WRC plus against left-handers. They have a really low strikeout rate as well. Weathers can get those strikeouts. So it's going to be interesting to see him face the Cardinals. I feel like it's going to be a true test, and we'll really see what we got with him. And then the other side, you got Kim, who seems to be kind of undervalued. I feel like he's that solid pitcher that's a little boring, so no one really cares about him. He's not going to get you a lot of strikeouts, but he induces the weak contact. The Padres were struggling, but they're starting to hit better now as well. They do struggle against left-handed pitching, though, so it's a little bit of risk reward there. So again, another interesting matchup too, right there. So it'll be cool to see how this plays out.
riddled with COVID as well.
Yeah,
You know, I
was about to
mean,
say.
Tatis has been
man.
out. Eric Hosmer's out. I think
Yep.
Will Myers is also. I don't know if he's
Are
on.
you kidding me?
if
I
you
don't
get-
know.
yeah,
Let me check.
It's Myers, Hosmer, and Parmeres all out today.
And those are such big bats for their lineup. That's so unfortunate, especially if they're asymptomatic. I don't know about you guys, and I think we've talked about this before. I am so sick and tired of talking about this COVID being a factor in them.
At this point, if you get COVID, you're just fucking unclean. Like at this point, like wear a fucking mask.
It's like it's ridiculous. It really is. But like, and that's the thing. I mean, look at the Yankees right now. You know, like yes, you could still get COVID, but it's like shit, man. You're vaccinated, and like now you're still on the COVID list. It's like it's just awful. It's just unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, is what it is. You know, I mean,
do you know if Gleyber Torres is like actually sick right now?
He's positive, and he just tested positive again.
Twice.
Yeah, I saw that. I
recently,
I saw Aaron Boone said that he's probably not going to make it back to the lineup anytime soon, which is kind of awesome because I love to see Gio Urshela at shortstop. Not awesome because it gives Tyler Wade more opportunities, and I'm not huge on Tyler Wade. But
Sam's a Yankees fan.
I'm a big Yankees
I can tell.
Yeah, but back to what you said originally about the Kim versus Weathers matchup. I think, and maybe this is a hot take, but that's why they call me Sam's Hot Takes. I think Kim is gonna go. Yeah, your shades are ballers, Sven.
Thanks, man. I try to change them up every week. You know, I got like a little pair. I got like 6 or 7
Got like
of
a
them.
box of them shit. Just like
I hit up the dollar store, man, because I don't wear these like outside or anything. I'm like, shit. Let me just. Oh, these look cool. These are cool.
These are cool. Fuck. I get green. Awesome. No, but I think Kim, like Michael said, he's undervalued, and I think he's a solid 3-4 type of starter. He's definitely one of those steady Eddie type of guys. And I know Weathers is definitely not the Padres' ideal first option for a rotation piece. I just know they've gotten a little unlucky with the injury bug. And I know, like you said, that the Padres are just starting to get out of this little rut that they're in. So I'm probably going to go with the Cardinals winning this game 3-1. Kim's going to go 6 innings, allow 1 run with 4 strikeouts over
So you're taking the under. So you're going to take the under. Robbie? So you're going to take the under because it's the over/under set at 7.5.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go with the under then.
Because that's like we were saying, Weathers is not. He's only had 1 outing of over 3.2 innings. You know, I mean, he started I believe 2 games. He technically was the starter, right? So this could be a bullpen type game for the Padres. And again, as Mike was saying, Cardinals are actually surprised. They are a good baseball team right now. It's not that surprising.
I wonder if they're going to bring in Lamet after him.
Ooh, that is a very good question.
Because he last pitched on the 11th, so it kind of makes sense.
He's been dealing with some nagging injuries, though, correct? He's
due for Tommy John. I don't know what they're doing. They're just wasting their time with him personally.
Yeah, see,
they might piggyback him.
I'm a side with you, Sam. And after looking over everything, I think I'm gonna go with the under as well. And I think that St. Louis could probably pull this off. Not having Hosmer in that lineup is gonna be tough on the Padres. So
and Nolan's been heating up as well.
Yeah, Nolan has been.
I am frozen.
8 home runs.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Yeah, I'm frozen right now, but I
was
still
gonna
hear
say, your audio is perfect, but you are it's just like a picture of you on the screen.
Let me fix it. Let me try and fix it.
I'm really
Oh, there he goes.
Shit, it just completely kicked him out. I didn't even fix it yet.
He can rejoin.
Yeah. All right. Well, so that's what I'm thinking there. I'll just go ahead and keep us moving right along at pace. Now I need to flip over to the show sheet because I had all my betting stuff out. So we kind of touched on the Padres getting hit with COVID. Weathers has been solid thus far for the Padres in that same pitching rotation. Trying to think where we be at right now. He wrote that there's no Tatis, and the Padres not being great against lefties, but I think I see Tatis in. I don't see him on the injury report.
Tatis,
no, he's not in. The lineup's out. It's Grisham, Machado, Cronenworth, Pham, Nola, Marcano, Kim. And
I was going to say,
I don't
Kim's
know who
moving
this
down
is.
short.
Kivlihan? Kivlihan?
We'll just say that's correct.
Yeah.
That's what's on the lineup that came out that I'm seeing.
Yeah. Okay. I see it. Yeah. There is no Arenado. Okay, but they got Grisham, Machado, Pham. It's going to be an uphill fucking fight for the Padres in this.
Totally, man. Especially with the hot start of the San Francisco Giants, and honestly, I'm surprised that. Well, I shouldn't say surprised, considering all the injuries that have been going on. I think we're talking about this more later, but the Dodgers, their downward spiral, pretty much like, oh, what's up, Sven?
I'm back.
Yeah, no. I'm just surprised at how open that division is as a whole right now, and how close it is. I think it's like, but like in between San Francisco, San Diego, and Los Angeles. I think it's like a 2-game margin for whoever's in first place. I think.
I can check.
I'm pulling up the standings.
Yeah.
It's Giants. Yeah, they're all within a game and a half of each other. Giants, Padres, Dodgers. Yeah.
Who would have thought the San Francisco Giants, man?
The Rockies coming in the rear.
To be expected, though. To be expected. Like we all knew. We discussed it before on this show. The Rockies were going to be the bottom dwellers in that division, just because, I mean, the second they got rid of Arenado, that's the second that it was like, well, all hopes are gone. You're back to just being another fucking Colorado team.
No, I'm surprised they didn't give up Story in the trade too to try to maximize the value of that trade. And hopefully they do trade him sometime at the deadline so they can maximize that value. But who even knows? The Rockies, I feel like, are such a mysterious franchise.
Dude, between them and the Twins, they're the two worst teams in the whole MLB.
That is rough, considering the projections I had for some other teams. Yeah,
it is what it is. It stinks. It's
yes, sir.
Hopefully they can figure something out. Maybe having the All-Star game in Colorado this year will just give them a nice little spark. Be like, hey, something exciting. Something exciting is going to happen at our stadium, just not us.
Totally, man.
Right.
That's essentially what it is.
Robbie, now that you are here, I totally you reminded me by being here. Let's get some house. What is it? What do you call it? Some house cleaning?
Gotta pay some bills.
Pay some bills. There you go. Pay some bills.
Yeah, make sure you guys go ahead. Promo code Rumboyz on monkeyknifefight.com. Download the Monkey Knife Fight app. Get in on Home Run Derby. I believe we have a $15,000 pot over there on Monkey Knife Fight. So I mean, go ahead and get in on that and see what you can come away with over there on monkeyknifefight.com. Dilly.
That's what's up. Hell yeah.
Monkey Knife Fight, bro. Check it out.
Yep. And then also make sure that you all download the SportsMe app. Streamlabs will be dropping an invite link throughout today's show. So make sure that you guys go ahead and click on that invite link. Join the SportsMe app. 30-second quick content. Debate against some of your favorite analysts. Sven, Sam, and myself are all on there, as well as the whole entire Rumboyz crew. Dilly.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
love sports. Love sports, man. Mike, you gotta check it out, man. It's battles. I mean, literally just like it's posting little videos. You know what I mean? Like, hey, why does this guy stink? And then just boom, and then it just goes off, and then everybody just posts their video,
like
basically like on that battle. Like who's the best baseball player of all time? Yeah, check it out. Download the app, man.
It's awesome, man. It's legit. It's literally like
here's a battle. Why waste the money for Albert Pujols if you're the Dodgers?
Maybe having that. Why waste the money if you're the Jags and you're bringing Tebow? You know what I mean? Have that presence, I guess.
Wow.
Well, I'm just saying, have that presence, I guess, because it's Albert Pujols.
No, and they're paying him the league minimum. And
Exactly.
From what I've heard,
You
he
don't need
is
the money.
literally going to be a bench bat. He's going to be like a pinch hitting fanatic. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
And he's totally on board with it.
He's
And
fucking old as shit, bro.
I'm surprised he went to the
41.
National League though. Like, why not just like you didn't want to play DH maybe? Or
I don't think-
unless nobody wanted him to.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Clearly
I don't
no
think
one.
anybody wanted him, really.
Yeah, I don't think that anybody wanted Ulos. I mean, the guy's a legend, you know.
Right? He don't need the money. It's not like he needs the money. I mean, he's fine.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, why the hell are you still in the league, bro? Like, I've been watching you since I was like 10. Like 9, 10 years old. I'm like, I'll be 30 in fucking a month. You know how many?
I'm shocked the Cardinals didn't even want him.
I think there were
think they'd
internal
want him back.
discussions, but I don't think. And this is kind of me just assuming. My guess is they have Paul Goldschmidt already, and they didn't want the fan base to feel conflicted to start Albert Pujols because that's what the fans would have wanted. That's just my assumption.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I don't know. It sounds almost too good to be true, but that's just me.
Maybe look. Maybe what you do with Pujols is he'll ride out this stint with the Dodgers, and then the dude's definitely got to be considering retirement at this point. It's like, man, nobody wanted me, and this is where I end up. So I mean, if I'm St. Louis, maybe you pull a Dallas. How Dallas re-signed Emmett for one day, and so he got to retire as a Cowboy. Like maybe you do that, But I was just as shocked that the Cardinals didn't go after him as you. It was kind of like in a way, like fuck you, like bro, yeah, you did good for us.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just came out throughout like halfway through the season and said, you know what, I'm just gonna hang the cleats up or something. I feel like I could see that happening, but I could also see him potentially finishing the season with the Dodgers, but like barely getting action. I mean, who knows?
And I feel like
for a win.
Sven, to your point, I feel like that would depress him.
Yeah.
I feel like he doesn't want that. I feel like if he gets like 10 at-bats a month, he's not going to be happy.
I think Mike just said it right there. He wants a ring. He totally wants a World Series ring.
You wouldn't ride the bench for a fucking ring? I'd ride the bench for a ring.
Oh, hell yeah. Sit the bench to get paid? Done.
Yeah, bro.
And he's probably such a good inspiration for those younger players too. You know what I mean?
I'll be on the practice squad. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll be on the practice squad. Let's talk some injuries. We know that it happens every single year, but I mean, it still happens, and you try to find players because these guys get injured. So we'll start off with one that kind of stings a little bit, and it stung yesterday on his hand. That looked like a brutal hit for Corey Seager. He's going to be placed on the IL as of now. I don't know how long he'll be out, but it's looking like he might be out a month. What are you hearing on this, Mike?
I didn't look to see what they're saying, how long.
No, you're good. You're good. I know baseball injuries, I mean, they change all the time.
All the time.
Did he break his hand?
I think they actually said that it was like a fracture or something. There was some breakage. Well,
see, I feel like that sucks because even if he comes back, usually when you come back from a broken hand, you don't have as much power. It takes you a while to get it back. So
yeah, even
if he comes back, I wouldn't think any power comes with it, which leaves you with what, an okay average. It's gonna really kill. It's gonna really kill his value, man.
How fast was the ball moving? I mean, there's no
probably
way
doesn't have to be that fast, honestly.
Fast enough, right?
Because your hands are so fragile. Like
fractured right hand.
I have I've had like multiple boxers fractures and shit. Like just like doing martial arts and shit. Like your hands are so fragile. Like I can only imagine. Like you're right, Michael. This is not very fast. We're talking maybe like sub 70, and a hand could just die right there. Damn. I hope the dude gets better, man. I hope the dude gets better.
Right hand. I mean, we'll
That's
see.
that's you use your right hands for everything. Like,
I'll
fuck.
tell you guys what. That's a huge loss for the Dodgers.
That's
It definitely is.
No, that and I think today I read a headline that AJ Pollock is going on the DL too or the IL.
We all knew that was going to happen. Let's be real.
but oh my gosh, Dustin May, Pollock, now Seager. My God, it kind of seems like this team is falling apart a little bit. And I talked about this a little bit earlier about the Dodgers' tremendous slide. They're definitely, I don't want to say handing the division race to the Padres and to the surprising San Francisco Giants, but it kind of seems like that's the case.
They still have decent bats. They still have good bats. One other guy I'll transition into this, and that was a great transition of their injuries, but Cody Bellinger could be back a lot sooner than we had thought. I think he's actually set to have a rehab assignment this week, which is fantastic for fantasy owners, obviously, but for the Dodgers as well. So that is something they got to look forward to. I know McKinstry was doing okay maybe before he got put on the IL, but so this definitely, like you said, this stings. Corey Seager was an integral part of that lineup, but they still got Turner, they still got Muncy, they still got Mookie Betts, right? So they still have those big bats.
They just brought in Pujols.
Exactly, they just brought in Pujols.
But if you go around those three bats, I don't really see like another big prominent bat in their lineup. Really,
this is the freaking Dodgers that we're talking about. They will find a way to win games.
That's a good point.
And get into Rumtober. We will be covering this team come Rumtober.
Right? Okay? We're going to look back and be like, yo, every player's healthy on this team now.
And if they don't have the pieces, they'll find a way to trade for them.
Their pitching will carry them anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
Trevor Bauer's been lights out.
Bauer's going to be out there up at bat with one eye
ridiculous.
open. Like it's yeah.
Nobody's fearing the Giants. The Giants will fall off and go back to being the Giants.
I wasn't feeling them when they won those 3 World Series. Who the hell thought that was going to happen those years? You know what I mean? Like, but again,
there's some winners on that ball club too. Posey, Longoria, Crawford, Johnny Cueto, like Alex Wood. I really like Anthony DeScalfi. I really like.
They're really good with their pitching. They just take these guys who are like crap or old and just bring them in and change something about them and then turn them into something really good. I just feel like they have really good coaching there.
I agree. I agree.
Coaching is huge in baseball
in a big way. Yeah,
Jake McGee,
Taylor Rogers,
Tyler Rogers.
Tyler. There's so many Rogers that are closers. Because Trevor Rogers is on the Twins.
Taylor's on the Twins.
Dude, there's too many of them, man. There's too many of them.
Hey.
Trevor's on Miami.
Miami, yes. Oh, yes. Him I know.
I can't even make a joke because I used to confuse the names Tyler and Taylor all the time growing up. So it's okay.
I still don't know which one's Lau or Low between Brandon and Nate.
Right? Brandon Lau and Nate Lowe, I think is how it is. Yes, I think that's how it is.
I always forget.
Continue on our injury train. Aaron Hicks, your boy Sam, was starting to slowly heat up, but
I know. Actually, I'm embarrassed, dude. This is literally the same injury that I don't know if you remember this, but the same injury that kind of derailed Mark Teixeira's career. And I'm terrified, man. Hicks has looked lost and
terrible at the beginning of the season anyway, and then he started.
I know, but like not just at the plate.
You mentioned him. That's why you mentioned his name on the show too many times. You were Beetlejuiced him.
No, but then he was starting to heat up.
It's a sprain. It's a sprain. He'll be fine. Like it's a sprain.
It's a tear.
It's Aaron Hicks. He's gonna be out. He's gonna be out a little bit.
I don't know if you know.
Probably gonna be out the rest of the season.
But he was posting a lot of videos of him golfing in the off season. And really like working on his game, during spring training, basically. And I know this because I have a brother-in-law who's like a massive Yankees fan. He was freaking out. He's like, why the hell is this guy not focusing on baseball and he's focusing on golf? And look how crappy of a season he had before the injury.
Maybe he's a scratch golfer.
That was just a horrible signing by the Yankees. It made
I know.
Yeah,
the trade was fire at first for John Murphy Jr. or whatever. Yeah. But then
I liked it exactly like you said. Like it looked good, but now it's like
the extension was terrible.
But let's look at the positives here for a second.
Where
I know the Yankees. Let's look at the positive domino effect of this. I think this is going to give my boy Esteban Floral a chance to start in the outfield for the Yankees. He has been tearing it up at the AA level. It's been like 6 or 7 games.
He is one of their top guys. Yep.
Yeah. He's looked really good. And I don't know the name of the guy. It's some 32-year-old career minor leaguer that the Yankees called up to be an outfielder today. He started
Millar or something like that.
Lamar.
That guy's not going to last. And then he's basically.
Well, they got Gardner. Come on, Gardner's amazing.
Gardner's
Gardy goes Yardy. Gardy goes Yardy.
I'm losing
Yankee
faith in
favorite
Brett
right
Gardner
there.
more and more by the day, man. It is.
I love me some Brett Gardner, but I mean, he's been on. I mean, 2019 he had a pretty solid season, but like that was it. Now it's just he is on that downslope. Like he's 37, he can't run as fast as he used to. My man could have stolen 50 bases, but he never did. Like he just wasn't an aggressive player as he should have been. He could have been so much better, in my opinion. And it's just a sour Yankees fan talking here.
I was going to comment on that. I love the fact that y'all are sitting here upset right now. This is great. Like I love it. The Blue Jays and the Red Sox are ahead of you guys. Like fucking eat your heart out. Like this is great right now.
It's that division. You never know. I mean, yes, same thing with other divisions in baseball, but like that one. Like the Orioles are like after John Means no hitter, they were 1-7 until today, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
These are not good.
Today was not a good day for the for the Yankees, or I mean the pitching was just all over the place, but it is what it is. Christian Yelich. So he's in his rehab assignment right now in the minors. He's getting on my list. I think he's on my list already now, is he going to go back? Mike, what do you think of Christian Yelich? Is this guy going to go back to his ways, or was that never his ways and that was a fluke?
No, I think it was his ways until the injuries, but I saw something interesting where someone, basically related his injury to what happened to David Wright and how similar they are, and how it basically everything that's happening to Yelich happened to Wright. So if that happens and he continues that trend, we all know how that turns out. I am so scared of him. I won't touch him at all. It's not even worth trading for him because backs are the worst thing to have an issue with. They could come up at any time. And at this point, he's just a very injury-prone player, and it's just not worth to invest in someone like that.
I couldn't agree more. Like it's kind of fucked up because
he's amazing.
Awful. Yeah, it's awful.
He's amazing. It's
like everybody was fully bought in. Like I was bought in, and here's this guy that can't fucking stay healthy, and when you can't stay healthy, man, I feel bad for Yelich. I really, really do. I wholeheartedly do, because there was early talks of like automatic Hall of Fame or like super early, and I think that like us as fans, you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. We did it. We did it. We spoke too soon, and he's never gonna be the same. He will never be the same.
It's exactly. We talked about this, I think, a couple weeks ago on the show about players that like are insanely talented. Byron Buxton, you know what I mean? Michael Brantley. These guys are so good at baseball, but they cannot stay healthy. And I think Christian Yelich might be creeping into that, or he's already in. You know what I mean? He's already in that category where it's like you draft Christian Yelich on your fantasy team, but You know exactly what's going to come with the territory.
Accomplished since 2021 or since 2019. Since
his MVP season, like he's been riddled with injuries. I mean, and the back, like you said. I mean, I had back surgery. I get it. I know I'm not an athlete. I don't play professional sports. Hell no.
But you use your back.
But exactly. But like, dude, it affects everything. I can't even bend. Like some days, like I couldn't even bend over and pick something up. You know what I mean? Or like if you move in a certain way, like, so it's not good for Christian Yelich.
And think about
how thankful do you think he is that he signed the extension?
Oh, he's probably super thankful because all of his medical
paid for, right?
Yeah. Like in a sport like baseball, where your back is a lot, and a lot of torque goes into that. Like it's not. So I mean, I feel bad for the dude, but I think we'll be seeing a short-lived Yelich career, unfortunately.
Right? Yeah, terrible.
Another pitcher. Retirement within 5.
All right. Could see it. Zach Gallen. Started the year on the IL because, bring the DH to the National League, right? And now he's back on. Now he's back on. There's no period. Like he's in like a no throw period right now is what the reports I was reading. Like he is not even allowed to, he's probably not even allowed to wave to anyone. Like he's just got to keep his arms down. Like that's it. Like just, are we worried? Sam, I'll start off with you on this one.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I missed the name. Who are we talking about right now?
Zach.
Say that again. Again.
Zach Gallen.
Zach Gallen. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if he's out the rest of the season.
Oh,
it's like you said, man, the way they're handling this injury, the way they're being so restrictive with him, the way that kind of the manager's talking about it, I could very well see him missing either at least a month, probably the rest of the season, just the way everyone's talking about it. Personally.
Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Actually, anything with an elbow, you don't want to touch.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's like the back.
I mean,
yeah.
This is why everyone was so out on Lamet coming into the season too. It just made no sense to take him because, especially when you're getting PRP injections, that just means it's the end for you. So yeah, I mean, he's had issues in the past too, Gallen. So this isn't good
because they're going to reassess.
I feel like maybe he does come back at some point, but even if he does, he's going to be so risky and he could easily re-aggravate it. I mean, I'm just hoping this doesn't lead to a Tommy John for him.
I think
what they're saying, that they don't. That as of now, surgery is not necessary. But we all know exactly. We all know what happens, and then next thing you know, hey, Zach Gallen's set for we'll see him in 2024. Like what the hell?
Yeah.
No, I think there's been one case of a guy being able to throw through an elbow injury like that, and that was Marciano Tanaka. Masahiro Tanaka.
There is one person who's doing it right now in the MLB as well, and that is Griffin Canny.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah, 2 years ago, he had his elbow was effed up, and they gave him PRP injections, and so far nothing has happened. Apparently, he's like loose bodies in his elbow right now.
That's the term. That's the exact
and
term.
And for 2 seasons, season and a half technically. So far, nothing's happened, which is crazy.
That does not sound good.
It is not
right. Like what the hell?
I'm not a doctor, but oh man, dude, poor guy. Like he's on that Soroka status. It's like they're like these 2 pitchers where at this point in fantasy baseball just avoid at all costs. Like don't like I need to figure out what I was speaking of. I need to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with Soroka. Like I think I'm just gonna drop him and just fuck it.
I'm at that point with so many people on my fantasy team, man. Like it's crazy.
We didn't do a batter up. We didn't christen the show. So, Mike, we do I don't know if you got a drink next to you or whatever you got, but we like to drink on this show as well. So
water. If I knew we were drinking, I got a lot of bourbon next to me.
Dude, pour yourself a glass, my man, because my buddy in the chat, that I just posted up. So we say batter up, and we just take a drink. So batter up,
I'm
guys.
sipping on, I'm
Batter
sipping
up,
on
guys.
liquid CBD today.
I have water.
Fucking, I drank all of my booze between Friday and yesterday.
Same.
Yeah, Friday. I'm surprised I still have some left.
You guys ever heard of this?
And
Pure
yesterday,
and Chill.
Pure Chill.
They're CBD sodas.
What?
That's dope.
What?
That's
Yeah,
dope.
What?
I've been working at this new dispensary in Manhattan, and they gave me a bunch of free samples of a bunch of different stuff. So like, I'm pretty stocked up on CBD right now, and I'm just enjoying. These are awesome, man. I feel so chill and awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to talk after the show.
Right? Like, hey, Mike's like, I live in Long Island. Let me come visit you.
Let me get to that, bro.
We'll continue onto the pitching, I guess, injury train, right? Ilyasar, is that how you say it? Ilyasar Hernandez out of right?
I don't know.
Eliza, yeah. So similar to Bellinger, he could see a rehab assignment this week. We only saw him one. I know that he was kind of a lot of people's, at least I drafted him in a couple leagues to be that, one of those kind of mid-round or like mid-starters for the Marlins. So I'm hoping he comes back and actually pitches more than 2 innings, because that's all we saw of him this year. And that's it. Another one, Nate Pearson. I think this one is probably a little bit bigger because Nate Pearson was supposed to be like the next. I mean, he still could be, but he had a rough outing his first time for the Blue Jays. And now he's actually hurt. He has a shoulder impingement or
that sucks.
So
that's horrible, but
I don't know if this doesn't look good for him right now.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not as worried about that because the Mets have reinforcements on the way with Carlos Carrasco coming back from his torn. I think it was a hamstring he tore.
Talking about Nate Pearson.
We talking Blue Jays, my man.
Oh,
we're talking Pearson.
Wrong. Yeah. Gosh.
You're good, man. Hey, too much of that CBD soda, bro.
Chill. Soda, bro. All right, no, but the Blue Jays, on the other hand, no, I'm a little bit more worried about the Blue Jays. They, it seems like their entire bullpen has kind of been a little bit of a revolving door. Same with the rotation. The only sturdy force has been Hyun-Jin Ryu, and he hasn't even been 100% consistent on the season. Nate Pearson was supposed to be one of those top of the line prospect guys,
like their number 2 pitcher behind Ryu.
Yeah, and to see him go down so early is not ideal, especially with Ross Stripling's struggles. I know he had a 9 strikeout outing a couple nights ago, and that was kind of a resurgent outing for him. But I'm pretty concerned about the Blue Jays pitching, and that's kind of a reason that I didn't. A lot of people had them taking at least a wild card spot because they signed George Springer. I don't think they're as that good
because of their bats. Their bats are ridiculous. Vlad Guerrero.
It's a mild shoulder impingement. Basically, what it is, like it could have. You usually get these, from routine, rigorous, doing like the same activity. So pitching. And also even just like sleeping the wrong way. So, I mean, it could be something, as simple as that. Think of it almost like the way that it feels. Think of it almost like you get like a little kink in your neck. And it kind of just goes from like this region in your shoulder, top of your shoulder, kind of up to your neck area. So, I mean, he'll be fine. Just some rest. And yeah, I mean, it can get worse, but
he did some long tossing. I think this past Friday is another report that I read. So chances are he's probably going to be out for a little bit. But hopefully he can come back and actually be the pitcher that, the Blue Jays are expecting him to be. But another pitcher who cannot stay healthy, like at all, is Steven Strasburg. They want him to make, so obviously fantasy owners alike, we love to see Strasburg. I remember when the kid, Sam, you probably weren't even born yet, bro. But I remember when Strasburg was like 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, and they're like, this dude is going to be like Holy crap. And now, I mean, it's a shame because he's such a talent, but they want him to do at least one more rehab start before even thinking about activating him. Mike, what do you think of this? Or like, what do you think of Strasburg?
Yeah,
I guess.
no, I mean, he still scares me because he had the carpal tunnel, and we haven't really seen anyone come back with that. Like, we haven't really seen a baseball player with that type of thing, and carpal tunnel could always come back.
What up,
Mike? Even though he had this injury, now he's got that on top of it. It just kind of it just all kind of worries me. He's always been injury prone too.
Yeah, I mean, just stick a fork in the Nats as a whole. Like we got our World Series in 19, and it's just done now. Like this is Washington sports. Like you can just take all of Washington sports and just put them all in a box. It's like we'll do like something amazing, and then after that, you're just gonna suck for like the next like 20, 30, 40 years.
So, Robbie, are you coming out and saying that you think the Nationals are going to be sellers at the deadline?
Maybe.
That
I know.
It depends. I mean,
so they could be at this point, see what you can get for Strasburg. But I mean, at the same time, he's been with the team for so long. You gotta.
No, I know, and I
hang
feel
on
like
to him. This goes back to my untradeable thing.
I feel like with Strasburg, he's kind of like that kind of pitcher that is dominant like every other year, and then in the other year he turns to have a season like this where he can come out for like 3 or 4 starts a season. I, as a fantasy owner, would never pick him up. I never think he's consistent enough to consistently have on any roster at all, considering
you don't want that headache. You don't want that headache. I mean, it's a pain. It really is. It stinks. It sucks, but
totally no. And I think I actually made a battle about this on the app, the SportsMe, and I think it's going to happen. And I don't have the exact pieces together, but I made a prediction that I think the Yankees are going to trade Jordan Montgomery, Clint Frazier, and maybe an Esteban Floro or a Miguel Andujar to the Nationals for Max Scherzer.
For Scherzer? Yeah. I think you said that you wanted the Yankees to go for Scherzer, I think, in a few episodes ago.
Yeah, I know, and I still feel that way, man, because I remember a couple off seasons ago, Brian Cashman said, we will do anything to get Max Scherzer, literally anything. And I still feel like he feels that way because, let's face it, Max Scherzer just never has a down year.
We're not letting Scherzer go. That won't happen. That won't happen.
Like you'd have to give up. Honestly,
before that happens.
He is a little bit older, but like you said, I mean, he's a fine wine. The guy just does it. Like he's literally every single year.
Yeah.
If I'm the Nationals and I'm trading Max Scherzer, give me like your top 2 prospects and one of your like better players on your starting roster right now, like at least
like a Montgomery and a Frazier. Would that get it done?
I don't know. I wouldn't take either. I wouldn't take those 2 for Scherzer. Honestly, I wouldn't. After Montgomery's performance today, hell no. even though Frazier just walloped a freaking solo shot like right after Gary Sanchez, send his ass away.
What about Frazier?
Ageless wonder in Sanchez.
Crazy. So we'll just to touch up on the Yanks a little bit because I got to talk about my Yanks on the show. Giancarlo Stanton misses another game today. Are we surprised? No. I mean, another guy, but like he's definitely. I feel like he's gonna have a pretty big dip. Like from his performance, how he started the season. I think he's not like he's going to hit home runs. Yes, but I don't know, man. I think he was definitely a sell high a few weeks ago by far in fantasy. Mike, what do you think?
The power is always there, but I mean, he doesn't go early and dress for a reason because
exactly.
I mean, it used to be freak incidences, with the broken jaw and stuff like that. But these past few years, it's always something's bothering him. Him and Judge. That's why I'm sorry. I know I got Yankee fans here, but
hey, it's
I
all
just
good.
don't understand. I don't understand the way Cashman built this team. It just makes no sense to me because, first of all, you have all these hitters that rely on home runs. And if they're cold, they're extremely cold, which is absolutely terrible for the playoffs. And then, two, everyone on your team is injury prone. Like, I don't understand why he's not building a ridiculous amount of depth or, like I was surprised they traded away Talkman because I know he's not the best hitter, but he's depleting your depth right there. And look, you could probably be using him right now. So I don't know. The way he does things lately just boggles my mind. I just don't think they could win a championship with this team.
And you know whose fault that is about Talkman? It's Sam's fault because he talked about it. He mentioned it. He was like, "Yo, maybe we should trade Talkman or get some."
Okay.
No, I know.
In my defense, Wandy Peralta has had 5 outings since the trade, and he's had 1 bad outing, and that was today.
I'm okay. And I don't mind Peralta. I always like him as like a middle, as a bullpen guy. Yeah,
we can move him around with this minor league option. I also, in regards to Stanton, I am not worried at all. This is all a part of the game plan. Aaron Boone said this at the beginning of the year. That Judge and Stanton will not play every day. They're going to play 3 or 4 times a week, do more yoga, and cut back on their weightlifting. And guess what? Whenever they have a nagging injury, they're going to sit out like 1 or 2 games. I'm not worried.
Ain't it cool? Screw you.
Fucking love the cool. I love
this is my boss.
Boss.
Literally my boss for my full time, and he's also my best friend too. But he's also a diehard Sox fan, and so is Adam. Both of you are flooding this. Keep watching though. I still want you guys here.
The Sox, the Yankees. There used to be a show on Nickelodeon, right? Timmy Turner and the Fairly Odd Parents, and they had a baseball team, a cartoon baseball team, and
New York Yankees.
Yeah, the New York Yankees. I bring up this because that's all the hell that y'all do is just throw money around in hopes that it's gonna work.
It worked in 09.
Yeah, it worked in 09. Like you can't keep doing that. Like that. That's not gonna continuously win championships. Like
clearly, because we've literally won 1 since 2002, and I've been very, very depressed.
Bro,
hasn't been fun.
We got robbed in 17 by the Houston Cheaters. So
that's true.
God.
Yeah,
that team. I have to say, I felt like that team was destined to win the World Series that year, and I was shocked that they lost.
Solid. That
was the year.
Solid. Yup.
That was the year. Now you guys are way far away from it.
Exactly. And like that's
in my opinion.
No, it's I agree. I totally agree with that.
You spent so much damn money and signed so many guys for long terms that now you're like it's either you pretty much got to work with it. You got to work with it. Like you got to work with Giancarlo Stanton. You got to work with freaking Aaron Judge, and everybody else. Like it is what it is. But they're just going to keep on getting hurt, and they're never going to be consistent. You'll never have a consistent rotation because it is what it is, man. Sorry.
I think this year's rotation though is the most consistent. And with Luis Severino coming back, I think that is a championship. And I'm not just saying this for you.
Not even close.
Are you saying that Garrett Cole is the most consistent? Because that's true.
Garrett Cole, Luis Severino.
Severino's coming off Tommy John, though. You have no idea how good.
Exactly, we don't know. He could be awesome
in his bullpen the other day, bro.
Doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. If he can't if he can't get it in the strike zone, like. Oh, what? Oh, you see what I did there? Oh, my God.
Then you get Ty on and you can't stay healthy.
Exactly. Tyone's all over the place sometimes. You don't know what
you're doing. Can't stay healthy.
Tyon might be a bust.
They're going to be buyers. Yankees are going to be buyers every year though we go through this. It's like, oh my God, I want them to go grab a pitcher, and then like, okay, we got Garrett Cole. I was excited, but I'm like, who the hell else do we have after that? Like, there's no one else after that.
If you look at your rotation, I don't have confidence in any pitcher besides Cole.
Same.
Not Corey
like who?
Maybe.
Because I think he's going to get hurt.
He could blow up. He could have a blow up outing. What happened?
Guy gets hurt all the time.
I'm just watching highlights. It was this crazy web jam, and like I couldn't tell. I think it might have been a AAA game, but it was the number 2 web jam of the week. And homie, like Fan has his glove out. The ball is like destiny is about to happen. The ball is supposed to just fall right in his Fan's hand. And
So
just here comes the right fielder, just scoop like just puts his glove right on top of the fucking Fan's glove. It just
wait, was that in right field? You just said?
yeah.
Oh, dude, that was the Kalelnik. I think Kalelnik's first hit on Friday night or whenever.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
The right fielder puts over
Yep.
First at bat.
First at bat, first
Yes.
swing, boom.
He could be rookie of the year even with his late start, I think.
I mean, Friday night
Oh,
was
yeah.
hella
Yeah.
awesome. I loved Friday night watching him. We'll keep you posted. We'll keep you updated. We actually got a couple close games right now. The Nationals are up 3-0. It's the bottom of the 9th.
Oh, how lucky.
Right? I mean, maybe the Diamondbacks could do something. Who knows? But the game I'm interested in actually is the Reds and the Rockies. The Reds just tied it up in the top of the 9th, 6-6, and they have bases loaded.
So the Rockies will find a way to fumble it. Yeah.
Yeah, Rockies will find a way to fumble.
It's 2 outs. I mean, there's a commercial break right now, so I'm intrigued about that one. But the last injury I want to talk about, because naturally you got to pick up players as well, right? Like you could have your weekly pickups or daily pickups. I know Mike messes with the NFFC or FFB, like those. Yeah, I didn't mess around with those this year. I'm going to get more involved next year. But Brandon Rogers is a name that has definitely, if you follow baseball, he is on the Rockies. Yeah, exciting. But he got hurt, but he's in AAA right now. He's on a rehab assignment. I like him as a potential pickup for Corey Seager. He may not give you the same production as Corey Seager, but if you are like starved at shortstop position, what do you think of Brandon Rogers, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, he has some potential. I mean, really anyone does in cores, when they play in cores especially. A little bit of pop, a little bit of speed. My only issue is the Rockies are a major headache when it comes to these guys. You never know who's going to start when, how many games they're going to start each week. They feel like they don't know what they're doing there. They bring up these prospects all the time and then don't play them. Yeah. So I would just be afraid of the playing time and having to deal with that.
Didn't they do it with him? I think a few years ago also, or like Garrett as well.
And
maybe was it Story in the beginning a little bit, but because I remember Story from years ago. I had him on my minor league spot in many leagues before he even got called up.
Really? Yeah, that's forever ago, Sven. Damn.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, man! And I'm like, and then the guy comes in and hits 60 home runs in the first 10 games, his rookie year. Like that was unbelievable. And I was like, it was a points league too, and I was like, yes. And then he settled down, obviously, but yeah, that is interesting that you say that the Rockies do that, and it's like, clearly they don't know what they're doing because they traded away your best player. Nolan Arenado for nothing, literally for nothing.
Horribly run franchise.
Yo, the weed here is so damn strong that I'm pretty sure that the owners are just stoned off their ass. They don't know what they're doing. They don't give a fuck. They don't care.
No, that's so true to Robbie's point. Like these guys, literally, it seems like they have no idea what they're doing. Like for example, the Nolan Arenado trade. Like they got nothing. You can't even
tailgate at Coors Field. The Rockies. I hate the Rockies.
You can, and then it's like
surrounded by. It's like
aren't the Rockies still paying Nolan Arenado too?
Yes,
that's correct. Yes, they are.
Yes, yeah.
What a joke.
So you can't. So because of COVID, you can't tailgate, or just in general?
No, you can't because the stadium is right in the middle of the city, which is next to the mountains.
Yeah.
So if one thing catches on fire, the whole fucking city's on fire.
So you can't even drink, but can you drink
at least?
Robbie's
right.
Okay.
You can't cook or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. All right. Smokey the Bear says no tailgating.
But the Broncos facility, which is right around the corner, no holds bar.
Oh,
And it's even closer to the mountain than a baseball stadium, bro.
geez, both teams should be allowed to do whatever they want right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Holy crap! That was our injury updates. Any other players that like come to mind as well as you, Mike? I mean, I know I try to touch up because naturally there's injuries all the time. You know what I mean? Like, but these are some big name guys, you know, that you are going to be in your fantasy lineups when they are healthy, hopefully. Any others, Sam? You got a player that you want to mention? If he's on the Yankees, don't mention him.
No, it's not. Did you see Ohtani's start?
The Reds!
Yeah, it got pushed back. They did. The Reds did it.
So Ohtani is on this. He's on the show sheet. We are gonna get to him.
All right. Okay. Then.
Hell yeah. I guess we can transition.
You doing okay?
So Acuna's fine. I believe he's still playing.
Okay.
Right? I think he did have that scare on that incredible game on that Saturday night. I don't know if anybody watched. Mike, did you watch that game? Like I watched
saw parts of it.
Holy crap, because my brother-in-law is a big Braves fan. Well, he's not a big Braves fan. He just despises the Yankees because my sister-in-law, so my wife, they're from New York as well. Like, and they, you know, and he just hates the Yankees because he was a Braves fan. Clearly the Yankees had the Braves number in the 90s. And he just, he's just a sour, whatever. But we watched that entire game when Panda came up in the bottom of the ninth. Boom, and walloped that 3-run shot to tie the game. I mean, my man is literally sitting on the bench waiting to get pulled up and just said, you know what? Hey, go, Pablo. Go hit a home run for us.
That's funny, Sven.
I got you guys.
I watched Pablo hit a 3-run homer as a Giant at the stadium once. That's pretty
dude. Funny. Wow, dad bods are a real thing in baseball.
Dude, literally made me so happy.
It is 7-6 now, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Holy crap. We're going to go into the bottom of the ninth. I believe Sean Doolittle is on the Reds.
That's yeah, bro. You didn't know that?
Oh, he is?
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Bro, that's why Eric, our baseball writer in the group chat, he rubbed that shit in for a hot minute. He was like, yeah, we got Doolittle. And I was like, fucking keep him.
Hey, you can have him.
I was like, I have a World Series in recent memory. What do you have, Reds fans?
So you brought up Ohtani, Sam, because I know you have a huge man crush on Ohtani, and I think honestly, if you are a baseball fan, I feel like you have to love what this guy's doing. You just hope he's on your team. You know, like he would look great in Yankee pinstripe. You know what I mean? But that's probably never gonna happen. But I'm just gonna let his stats scroll across the bottom of his batting and pitching up to date right now. His numbers are absolutely stupid, right? So his start was pushed back. This topic was actually courtesy of our boy Sam's hot takes right here. Shohei Ohtani was supposed to start in the past like day or two, I believe, but it was pushed back due to fatigue. Fatigue from what? I mean, can my man actually do a full season of pitching and batting like he is? Because a few years ago when they signed him to a ridiculous contract from overseas, they were like, if he's pitching, he's got to sit 2 or 3 days before he can even bat, you know? And now it's like he had his surgery, he had his Tommy John. It's like, you know what? You're never gonna get hurt again, my man. You know what? You're gonna play every single day.
They're just gonna run him in. They're gonna run him into the ground, bro.
Exactly. So like
the Angels,
Robbie, go, man. Talk. What do you think of this?
So the Angels are an odd organization in the essence of they have some really great talent, but like I just said, you know, they will run these guys on the ground. I think that Ohtani is gonna be tough. I mean, when I saw fatigue, I was like, you know why you're fatigued, bros? Because you're freaking pitching and then you turn around and you're hitting like the next day. Like you can't do that. I feel like they should keep him as a pitcher. I feel like he'll be more effective for them as a pitcher. I know that you want to be able to score runs. You want to utilize every ounce of this kid's talent. But if you want him to have a long career, at some point you're going to have to make this decision.
So on that note, I disagree respectfully.
Your opinion is based all on bias. It's
no, it's not. It's not. And here's why. He has played 35 of the 37 games as a batter, at DH and an outfield. And they made a new rule that when he does pitch, they're going to hit him, but so they don't lose his bat in the lineup, when they have to take him out as a pitcher, they're going to put him in left or right field, depending on what position is open.
More
and
eligibility.
If you are asking that much of a player, and he's like, guys, I need an extra day or two of rest so I can prepare. You got to give it to him, man.
No, they're paying him millions of dollars. He needs to be out there 9 innings every single day. It's like Iron Man baseball. That's what it is. It's necessary roughness. You know, he's got Sinbad playing both sides of the ball. That's a shout out to that movie. If anybody knows what that is, hopefully.
I do know what that is. And he homered today, which is pretty cool. In Fenway. Yeah.
Fenway Pack. Mike, what do you think of the phenom that is Shohei Ohtani?
Yeah, I don't buy the fatigue at all. I think that it's actually just them bullshitting. Think about it. Ohtani has pitched how many innings in the last 3 years? Not many at all. Nope. I think they're just going to continuously do this from time to time to push out his starts. This way he doesn't accumulate too many innings throughout the season. Because as any pitcher, if you haven't pitched that many innings, you know, in the past few years, they can't just throw you out there for 100 innings in a season, or even in Ohtani's case, I don't even think they would be willing to let him go 150. So I think they're going to do this from time to time instead of skipping him, or I think they might just push him back a couple days, claim fatigue, and then this way the innings won't rack up as much.
Rockies, Antone is on the mound. The other phenom, you know, pitching incredibleness of that is he just gave up a double to left field to what's the guy's name? Connor Joe. Leadoff double to Connor Joe, stand-up double. So it's not looking good for the Reds at least, but again, Antone's got that stuff where he could strike out probably the next three batters. So we don't know, but I'll keep everybody updated on that.
And wow, it's such a shame. Antonio Senzalata pitched a really good game for the Rockies today.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he pitched a really great game. It says right here he did 7 innings, only 3 strikeouts, only 1 earned run though, and only 1 walk. So of course.
Not a bad outing. Not a bad outing at all.
Not bad outing at all. Yeah.
Trevor's story is up right now. I mean, I guess if you want anybody up, it's either him or Ryan.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like, and
I hope he gets traded, man. I really hope. His talent is being wasted in Colorado.
Yeah, but let's hope they actually get something for value, like in return.
Yeah. But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate they probably won't, because he's basically a 6-month rental. You know, they're like I wouldn't be shocked if they get less than they got in the Nolan trade.
Ooh,
fuck
that out,
man. No, we have bodied like the Rockies this whole episode, bro. Like,
I mean, we're just working with what they give us. You know what I mean?
It's their own fault.
Tap the Rockies. It's just it is what it is. So a lot of players struggle. You know, it gives it. That's why you need the long season in baseball, right? Like you have to have 162 games. These guys, it takes a little bit for them to get, you know, back in their groove. Kyle Tucker, you know, we'll name him as one who completely struggled, and his ADP pretty high too, you know, and then he was playing like he was, God, he better get called up this year. I don't think he will though.
Maybe in June. Maybe June, July.
We got Brian McMahon just put Joe on. Yep. So now we got a runner on first and third. One out.
Home run ends it.
But a lot of players struggle, but then there's also players that really struggle that we're going to talk about right now. And it's these pitchers of, where do we got right here? Luis Castillo, Kenta Maeda, and Lucas Giolito. We're talking 3 guys that were drafted very, very high in your leagues. some of the top pitchers drafted in fantasy drafts. Mike, who are you worried most about? I mean, I'm worried about all three, but who scares you the most out of these three?
This was a tough one.
Because did you post that poll? Was that you who posted that poll, or somebody posted a poll of like, right? Who are you worried about out of these? I think you threw in Dylan Bundy there as well.
Yeah. It was. I think it was between Castillo and Maeda. I forgot who won that. I'm gonna lean Maeda, and it's just because one, I don't think he was as good as he was last season. He's getting older. The big issue with him is he loves to throw a slider, and he really relies on that pitch. And with sliders, it's all about location. And he throws it down the middle consistently and gets crushed when he throws it down the middle, and he can't seem to locate that pitch. So I think if that continues and he just can't get the slider working, he's going to not have a lot to work with, and that's just going to be a big issue for him. Whereas Giolito, I think it's just a matter of time, make some small adjustments. I know everyone's freaking out about Castillo, but I think his stuff is just way too good for him to not get there.
And like you said, look at these they're all blue on Baseball Savant for Kenta Maeda. Not looking good at all. I mean, he's got a good chase rate.
Do they show his slider location? Yeah.
So
see how red it is in the middle of the zone.
Right in the middle.
Oh my gosh.
Not
you want
good.
that. You want that on the edge to the outside.
Not good.
You do not want that in the heart of the plate like that. You're gonna get raked.
I love that he's got a five pitch arsenal, mostly using pretty much these three, but like he's 42% of his pitches is slider, and he's tossing it up across the plate. Like, come on, man. You can't be doing that. That's like video game shit.
It's over. The Reds won.
The Reds won.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they? Yup, because Jonathan. Nice play. Nice play by Jonathan India. Yep, you see that right there?
Jonathan India. He's been a nice little surprise for the
I'm going to stop sharing that before the MLB, you know what I mean?
Before we get caught.
Yeah.
Exactly. Before the MLB was like, yout, can't be doing that.
Can't be doing that. Yeah. No, but back to Jonathan India, man. He for everyone who criticized the Reds for not getting a middle infielder or a shortstop or whatever, and them just relying on Jonathan India, he's been clutch, I think, as a defender and with the bat a little bit.
I think he's a work in progress right now.
Yeah,
I mean, he's still young.
I wouldn't draft him super high, but I think he's been a nice surprise for Cincinnati. Definitely.
Yeah, not too bad. Who are you worried about pitching wise? Kenta Maeda, Giolito, or Castillo, my man?
So, like Michael said, I'm not as worried about Lucas Giolito. I think with some small minor adjustments, he could bounce back to being the dominant ace that he is. For some reason, I think Luis Castillo might be a bad product of a Reds team that's kind of underperforming a little bit, and that factoring in with he's in a hitter's ballpark. Kenta Maeda, that is a problem. He has been a consistent mid-3 ERA guy his entire career, and I've never seen him struggle as much as he's been struggling this year. So to see him throw as many sliders as he has right down the middle, and to see him get pounded as frequently as he has, it just doesn't. I'm probably most concerned with Kenta Maeda, and honestly, the Twins overall, because I know they've gotten off to one of the worst starts they've ever gotten off to as a franchise.
No, I'm in agreement there. I mean, the Twins haven't had the greatest start off to the season. I think I'd actually poke fun at them earlier. So yeah, I mean, yeah, because they are the worst team in baseball, sitting at 13-25. So I mean, more so worried about Maeda. Castillo could possibly be moved before the deadline. So that could be interesting because Cincinnati is clearly trying to make themselves better.
His changeup, clearly he can't get his changeup across the plate, like in the strike zone whatsoever. Castillo. Yeah, this is Castillo right now. So this is his 4-pitch arsenal right here. I mean, his sinker, it's getting there, but I mean, he clearly likes his changeup.
See, this demographic looks different to me than Kenta Maeda. This shows me that Luis Castillo is just missing his spots. And I know he's had inconsistent streaks like this before, and I just think it goes back to what I said earlier. I think it's a product of him being in a hitter's ballpark and him being on an underperforming Reds team. And I think with a couple minor adjustments, him and Lucas Giolito could bounce back. Oh, God, I'm worried about Kenta, man.
His end zone for Castillo
with some growing tightness right now as well. So I mean that's going to be an issue for him for him to have to stand up on the mound and just apply that pressure whenever he's throwing his body through that pitch. So
I don't know. I'm concerned about Castillo just based on pure ADP as well because he was such a high pick as far as pitchers. I mean, he was probably like what in that. Like A tier, like probably right below like your top other pitchers. I mean, the guy used to be able to give innings and there's something wrong with him. He's not like his look at this.
Team now. That's Antone's team now.
Oh, I know. That's I don't care. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's not Castillo right now. I mean, his fastball velocity has gone down a little bit, which is never good. Unless you're in age.
That's actually a little tricky right there because he upped it last season, and I think that was just because of the shortened season. But if you look at 2019, where he had a really good season, his velocity is the same this season. As
what he's
season.
Okay, true. All right, good call.
Nolan Arenado, 2-run homer. Cardinals up 2-0
already.
Yup.
Nice.
I know.
There was someone of good value.
Draft
everybody. Everybody was like, I don't want Arenado. Why would I draft him? Guy's having a pretty
hitting 300 now. That got him over the hump.
Guy's having a pretty solid season so far.
Definitely want Arenado on your fantasy team.
Oh,
there
absolutely.
it is. What else? What are the other games? I think we got some other games up.
Shit.
Giants are up 4-1 over the Pirates. Or they won 4-1 over the Pirates. That's a final.
We got Cleveland, Seattle, and then Miami Dodgers in the top of the ninth, I believe, right now.
Ninth, Miami is up by 1, and they're batting right now. All because of that Adam Duvall 3-run homer. He's good, man. He used to play for the Braves last year. I think he's an underrated outfielder with some pop. It's good to see Jazz Chisholm back in playing.
That's right for the Marlins.
Yeah,
he led off.
There's
led off today, so that was good.
Mm-hmm.
Potential National League, yeah, exactly. Potential National League Rookie of the Year right there. So I got to get to know Mike on Twitter now this year. He's part of this spstreamer.com. And big streamer. So if you want streamers, definitely follow him. Great content. He's doing this challenge, right? So every single month there's like 5 of us, right? So there's 5 of us that choose streamers every single week. Not a good week for me at all whatsoever this past week. Joe Ross, thanks, bro. Thank you for giving up 8 runs yesterday, you jerk. Holy crap, not good at all. So tell us a little bit about, kind of like the backstory of this, at least this contest, because I'm loving it, man. I wish I was in it every single month. So you got to stream pitchers, right? So every single week we got to stream pitchers. Less than 30% owned in fantasy leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yes. Damn is right. Mike, talk to us.
Yeah, I mean that's basically how I run my account, and I just thought it'd be fun to have people compete against me. So every month is 5 new people. You pick one, pitcher per week. Winner of each month gets something, and then the winner overall gets some money. But yeah, so I mean, I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do, so that's why I did it.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome.
And it's just, I thought it would be cool too, because then people could actually see like how hard it can be at times.
Yeah.
Streaming is so tough, especially for baseball too.
Like this month, it looks like,
Fantasy
I mean,
baseball
so
is tough
far
within
we're all
itself.
getting killed.
Oh my God. I looked at, I mean, in my ERA, I think for the past, since the
11.
beginning of, it's at 11, dude.
Fuck.
And a 2 whip.
Oh God. Oh man. It's not looking good. As you can see. So if anybody's out there looking for like streamers, less than 30% own. I mean, Nick Pivetta was a good one for everyone the first week. For the Bo Sox, Josh Fleming, Mike and I were talking about that for like a whole day. And I was like, oh shit, he actually did pitch, but he didn't get the start.
Yeah.
He actually just came in, like they just threw someone else in to pitch an inning. And then Fleming pitched for like 5.5 innings or something. So it was like, all right, but streamers, this is awesome. Like it adds so much, because when you and I were chatting on Twitter, I was like, oh, this guy looks intriguing. And then you're like, well, I don't want to sway you one way, but, this team is destroying left-handed pitching right now. And I mean, you have to look at those things.
Yeah.
You have to, especially with streamers. I mean, like, it's like, how is this guy away? How is he? Like, John Gray is pretty good at Coors Field. He stinks away from there. I mean,
which is weird,
starts, right?
It's
like
so weird.
It's
makes
like
no sense. That
irony at
reverse
its
split.
finest.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's fascinating, and I know, Sam, you love the game of baseball, but like, I mean, for fantasy purposes, you are just getting freshly new into, so this is awesome, man. So I mean, if you want to get on the list, I don't know if you have everybody. Do you have everybody for the season already, Mike?
Yeah.
All right, man. But that's something to check out, Sam. Like, look it up, man. Like, be like, yo, I'm gonna do a streamer this week, but you got to look less than 30% owned. So you're like, oh, sure, my streamer this week is Max Scherzer. No.
Yeah, okay, I understood. Yeah,
right? So it's tough. It's really tough. It really is.
I'll let you guys handle that. Y'all are the more talented fantasy baseball players in that respect. I'll let y'all have fun with that. That shit sounds like a nightmare.
It's interesting. It really is. It really is interesting. Like, I gotta look at all the matchups this week for our streamers this week, and I'm like, well, shit. Like, what the hell am I gonna do? What else we got?
That's my life.
Oh,
that's what I built my brand around. Is streaming,
and I commend
so
you,
I
and I commend you for that, my man. Batter up. We haven't done a batter
up. Yes,
I may be the
sir.
only one drinking. Well, Sam, you got some CBD, so you're
bro.
hell yeah. Batter up.
Really quick, guys. I gotta hop off and I gotta give Jeff a call. To see what's going on really fast.
Tell him I said what up.
Appreciate you hopping on.
Of course. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give him a call. I'll holler, guys.
All right, man.
Robbie.
Oh yeah.
So a nice little batter up. So you talk about like you're streaming and whatnot. Like what kind of leagues do you actually enjoy doing then? Like, I know there's the NFBC, like the FBC ones, but do you like talk to us?
I like all leagues, honestly. I'm not in any dynasty, I'll tell you that. Too much work for me.
Dude, dynasty, holy crap.
I have like 1 points league. They're kind of fun. I actually really prefer head to head. I love head to head. But
like, what kind of head to head? So like a head to head, like
categories,
points or category. Okay.
Categories, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like there's more the NFBC community would destroy me for this, but I feel like there's more strategy in head to head than just roto.
There definitely is. I agree.
I think so. I don't mind roto though too. It's fun. I have like 6 or 7 NFBC leagues.
Okay.
I just did all draft champions leagues, which basically means there's no waiver wire. So you draft like teams of 50 players, and that's all you get for the entire season.
And hope for the best.
You gotta work your lineups with it. Yeah, so you gotta make sure you have a lot of depth, because if you only have one shortstop and he gets hurt, you're left with nobody. So that's I like those because that's a little more strategic as well. But yeah, I do a little bit of everything, but I don't know what it is. Maybe because I've been playing head to head. That was like the first league I ever joined.
Same.
I'm still in it, and that's what got me into fantasy. So maybe that's why I love it so much. But yeah.
Because I know exactly, like I know, like I've been on Twitter for a little bit, but I mostly did fantasy football, right? So just started getting more into, I think I was even telling you, like more into the fantasy baseball content and whatnot. Like I definitely have been playing fantasy baseball, and I've had more success in fantasy baseball than I have in fantasy football. And I was like, well, shit, like this is awesome. And then, it's definitely for like, not the elite, but like it's for people that are patient. I feel like you gotta have a certain grit behind you, and you gotta, because it is a long season, but they're like, oh, I don't want to do fantasy baseball. It's too long. Like, well, you just can't handle it. Like that's what I say.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just can't handle it. And it's like
you're not in for the chess match, bro.
Exactly, like a long chess match. Like it's so, and I
but
love
it's
like
exciting, man.
It is.
Like,
I do a lot of like I like the points leagues, and I know a lot of people, and that's what I'm learning about baseball Twitter is like the points leagues. Not many people like points leagues. Like I like it, but I also like I just joined one, a head-to-head categories league, right? And it's fun. I mean, it adds, like you said, like it's like you don't get like subtract, but like ERA, like somebody dropped Kenta Maeda and I picked him up. Shame on me, right? And I started like he's not been doing good. Like, and I look at my ERA and I'm like, my ERA is slowly going up, and I'm like, shit, man.
Yeah.
I feel like with fantasy baseball too, there's just so many more options and so many more like different leagues and so much more you can do because the season itself is so long, including spring training and the playoffs. Like that's why it's my favorite out of all the fantasy leagues, because you can just there's so much variety. You know what I mean?
Football's more luck too. I think baseball is the least amount of luck when it comes to winning, just because it's such a long period of time. So like the true better team will most likely come out on top, whereas football, it could just be pure luck and pure.
You could pick up exactly. You could pick up this guy and he's going to dominate for like. You could pick up Mike Davis when Christian McCaffrey goes down.
Yeah,
and like, but exactly, like I totally. And we actually gotta. So Mike, if you want to.
I would guess points league, honestly, because it's just so simple. It's, you get a point for certain things, a certain amount of points for every, home run, 4 points, whatever it is. And that's just
strikeout
easy to understand.
I run one, and it's a 14 team league, and it's -1 for a strikeout. Yeah,
I mean, all of them can be complicated if you want it to be complicated.
Right? Don't overthink it. Exactly. Don't overthink it.
But that's probably the easiest way to get into it, I would say. And maybe if you don't want to do daily, like maintenance, like you just do like a weekly league where you just set it for the week and that's it, instead of every day, because there are daily leagues as well.
Which I actually got into the daily, and our SportsMe league is daily too. And the more I'm doing it, I actually prefer the weekly, so that you set, you know what I mean? Because then you're like literally every single day is a hassle, and you're like, oh crap, well, because you have the ability to change your line. You know what I mean? You have it. It's like, oh, well, he's not in the lineup today, I'm going to put this guy in. But then you start this guy and he strikes out 3 times, he gets you minus points. But then the guy you sat who wasn't in the lineup comes in as a pinch hitter and hits a home run. But like if you set it, like there's the little things that really, like, I guess bother me about it. Like, I mean, I'm in it now, I can't get out of it. It's
yeah.
Next season I'll probably try to change it up, but it's fantasy. So Sam, as somebody who's new to the fantasy baseball, you know what I mean? Like, again, baseball very well, but fantasy baseball is a different animal when you know the sport. You know what I mean? So like, how are you liking the SportsMe league right now?
So it's interesting. And I thought that I would be dominant right out of the gate, and I thought that I would be
take a number.
Exactly. And I don't even mean to toot my own horn. I'm doing okay. I'm in like second or third right now. But for example, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. I thought I got we have a guy from SportsMe in the league called Super Dave, and Dave
Our Sox fan, Super Dave.
yeah, Super Dave. He he made a trade with me, and it was Zach Wheeler for Dustin May, Gary Sanchez, and Aroldis Chapman. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like why wouldn't I do that? Like Dustin, like I would do that for just Dustin May. And then I do the trade, and then Gary Sanchez goes on a 3-week slump. And Dustin
You mean
May
a season-long slump, but it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. And Dustin May has to get Tommy John surgery. So I'm like,
well, at least you got
wow,
Chapman, I guess. I mean, you got Chapman. You
exactly,
basically did Zach Wheeler for Aroldis Chapman.
Essentially, yeah. Which is how it turned out. But okay, I'm not too worried about Gary. Gary's going to come back. But personally, out of all the leagues, I like our SportsMe league more than the short-term contests, just because of everything that we've been talking about, like the strategy, the ability to change the lineups on a weekly basis, the ability to kind of develop your roster as you go along. I love that, like, there's a pool of free agents that I could pick someone up and drop someone whenever I want. Like, I just dropped someone in my bullpen for Jonathan Linguiza, and I'm pumped about that because Jonathan Linguiza is having a great season. And honestly, yeah, I'm more of a fan of the longer-term fantasy, and I'm really excited to get going on more fantasy projects and fantasy in general because it's a really great time. I didn't know what I was missing out on.
And I will say this, and Mike, you can attest to it. I mean, I have one in fantasy baseball. Like it is a fact. Not all the time, but I mean, I have one. The satisfaction, though, I feel like of winning a fantasy baseball league is so much more. And people may crucify me for this than a fantasy football, though.
Absolutely.
Like I love winning fantasy football. Don't get me wrong, but that's a sprint. This is a marathon.
Yeah, it's a grind.
The first year I played, I lost 1 week the entire season. This was when Todd Frazier, I had, like, my team was, I don't know how I had this team. Like, I had Kershaw, Porcello, Kluber. These were their 15 plus wins those years. Like, again, but it's like, the long haul and the satisfaction of fantasy baseball is unbelievable. Like that is the one thing that I will say about like fantasy baseball as a whole.
Yo, Sven, 2 little injury updates. Jose Urquidy of the starting pitcher for the Houston Astros.
He is on the IL. That is correct. I saw that.
And Carson Kelly as well.
Carson Kelly, that is. Yep.
Yeah. That's pretty big news. Yeah.
And I did see an article or somebody tweeted, I forget who it was, about like streamers and whatnot. Not you, streamer Mike, but Omar Narvaez. If he's available, go grab him. I picked him up like right after the first week as a catcher. I mean, it's a depleted position. It's worse than tight ends. Like it is god awful at times. I feel like when it's good, but it really hasn't been that exciting.
In our fantasy league, who is your catcher, Sven?
I actually picked up Yanni Gomes, who is another one that I find pretty interesting, who's actually been playing pretty decent for the Nationals.
Okay. Yeah, I have Gary Sanchez, and I bench him most of the time. But
exactly.
Yeah.
He's an anomaly. He's completely different. I mean, my man's going to give you a 150 batting average and 35 home runs, like, and 200 strikeouts, right? Like that's it. But the position has changed so much. You don't have your Ivan Rodriguez, your Jorge Posada, your Mike Piazzas. Like you don't have your guys, your Jason Veritek's that play every single day as catchers. You know, you change it up so much because you got your pitchers. Well, I don't like pitching to him. And I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. Right. Exactly. I like it. It makes sense. Like that's the game. That is how it has evolved to what it is now. But like, it's almost like I almost want to start no catcher leagues.
Yes. Oh my God.
Right. Like
and then you have guys that like fill the requirements, like Yerman Mercedes, like he can be a catcher, like that doesn't make
Yeah.
what? Yeah,
only in
man.
ESPN leagues. Only in ESPN leagues, though, because let's be real, you're not going to see Yerman Mercedes behind the plate.
Ever,
He's not going to be behind the plate.
Yeah.
No. He's going to fall over. Like it's just not going to happen.
Yep.
Jared Kelelnik is up right now in the bottom of the 8th. 2 men on, 3-2. Mariners are up over the Indians. Kelelnik, if you hit a home run right now, this would be amazing. He's 0 for 4 on the day. I mean, again, it's
Kelenic. Oh my God, he's leading off. Oh my God.
Yeah, he has been.
Of course.
Yeah, that's funny.
Since he got called up.
I saw your tweet earlier, Sven. Now he's tied with my boy Shohei Ohtani, Mitch Haniger for the league lead in home runs.
Well, Ohtani, does he have 12? It's Aaron Judge,
he does have 12.
Ronald Acuna, right? Haniger and Ohtani, I believe, all with 12 home runs.
Haniger and Ohtani right now.
No, Judge just walloped another one.
Oh yeah, Judge too. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Acuna actually has, I think, right, Mike, that if you can maybe, but I'm pretty sure that Acuna has 12 as well, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, because Acuna is Acuna.
Yeah, he's so good.
He is. It's a treat to watch him play baseball.
Oh my gosh, I know. We're so lucky to have some of the athletes that we have. I'm looking up Acuna right now.
All right. Well, Jared Kelelnik is officially 0 for 5.
Nice.
On the day, I believe. Yep, he is 0 for 5. Mitch Haniger is probably going to actually, they may not need to go into the 9th unless the Indians score. But this has been the Strike Zone. Mike, I truly appreciate you hopping on. It's been a blast. We've had some laughs. You know, we made fun of each other. It's great.
I appreciate it, man.
Tell the viewers where they can find you, my man.
Yeah, we're on Twitter at SPStreamer, or you can check us out on our website, spstreamer.com.
Hell yeah, bro.
That's it.
Sam, tell them where they can find you, my man.
You can find me on Twitter at Sam's Hot Takes, no capitals or spaces. You can also find me on the SportsMe app every single day, talking about baseball, talking about Ohtani, messing around with Sven, keeping it real. Come find me, y'all.
I'm Fantasy Sven. You can find me on Twitter at Fantasy Sven every single Sunday, 6 p.m. with the occasional Monday night, because, you know, life happens on Sunday, but we still want to give you your fantasy and baseball content. Hey, Sam, play my outro.